Hello to the people of the world. This is Tobbe Mortensson from the kitchen in my house. It scares me actually when people around the world talk about Sweden as we are a bunch of idiots who think that the government we have right now is the right choice for us. For example, I was listening to a guy from, I think he's from UK, because his English is pretty much English actually. So let's hear what he say.
Swedish politicians are not right about much, but you get the impression they think they're setting an example to the rest of us, and they are right about that. Their recent bizarre decision to recognise Palestine, a country that doesn't exist, is somewhat poignant, as the way things are going, Sweden itself won't exist much longer.
Which is true, but for the Palestinian people, which I think he's wrong actually, because Palestine is a country, but it's a big problem in between Palestinians and Israel's. So we don't go further in there right now because I probably be killed tomorrow. Anyway, let's hear what this guy says more.
The news that comes out of that country is more disturbing than the last. But then they have been committing cultural suicide so enthusiastically for so long, there is now almost a sense that a tipping point has been reached, and that for the rest of us it's really just a matter of watching the grim process unfold as we thank our lucky stars we don't live there.
Which is his problem, and where he makes me angry actually. Because you should be listening to this. This country is pretty much fucked up right now because of the fucking government we have right now. But otherwise, this country is lovely. We have lovely people here, but our government is fucking us up really badly. And what can I do about that? I can tell them to fuck off from my country. So, anyway, let's see what this guy says more.
Seem to like it that way, and that's the important thing, isn't it? Recently, they elected a new government in Sweden, and only 13% of them voted for the only party opposed to unlimited mass Islamic immigration, which means that everyone else voted, yet again, for parties determined to keep the door wide open to an unsustainable flood of third world humanity forever. So
he's right about this, but we have to make. Well, what we have to do is to understand that there is a big difference in between Islamic and jihadists, or whatever you call it in English. The ISIS or Daesh, as we call them, they are not about Islamic, because it had nothing to do with Islamic things or the Islamic religion. There is a big difference in between this, and this we have to understand. Let's hear what this guy says more.
Sweden's recently acquired status as the rape capital of Europe is now assured. Indeed, apart from anti-Semitism, nowadays immigrant rape is what Sweden is best known for. I'm wondering if there's any connection between Sweden being the rape capital of Europe and the Swedish police being the laughingstock of Europe. It just seems to me that there might be an element of cause and effect in there somewhere. You see, Muslim immigrants in Sweden know that they can do what they like. They can riot and burn cars and even attack the police with stones, as they did again recently in Stockholm, and they won't be arrested in case it provokes them.
So, let us ask ourselves, why do the police not do the arrests and take them away and so on? Because of this fucking government who says that we are not allowed to do this because we are afraid to get the name in our head like racist. This is the big problem to why the police cannot work with the laws that they have. Because the government with Stefan Löfven and the rest of the fucking idiots sitting there doing nothing. So let's see what this guy says more.
I kid you not, that's what the police actually said. Consequently, Muslims in Sweden know that mob violence works and that the police are afraid of them, which means that the whole of Sweden...
This is not right of him to say like this, because it's not the Muslims. You cannot blame the Muslims for this. There is, of course, shitheads and so on, because we in our own country do not do anything. We allowed a government like this to sit there and behave like assholes. So, we don't need to listen to this guy more, because whatever he say is right. Many things is right. And it's a shame. It's a shame to hear what the world is saying about us in our own country. So please, people of Sweden, do listen to what I'm saying now. If you like to have your own country, if you like to have your own culture, if you like to live in your own country with the laws and so on, please stand up and get out and tell the world, we do not like this government and we would like them to move their ass out of there, because enough is enough. And I can do it by myself, but I really do need you and you and you and you, because together we are strong. It's time now. It's absolutely time now. If we do nothing, we have to take this shit, and we will not be a country called Sweden anymore. And nobody likes to do anything with us, because they think we are totally mentally stirred in our head, and they are having no respect for us. You can hear here reporters and so on, what they say and what they think about Sweden. Is this what you like to live in? Come on.